Welcome to the Intelligence Test channel. Today we have prepared 100 general knowledge questions that will test your knowledge about African geography, history, and cultures. Each question will present 4 answer options, and you will have 5 seconds to think and choose the correct answer. That said, let's begin. Who was the first African to win the Nobel Peace Prize? Nelson Mandela, Kofi Annan, Albert Lutuli, or Desmond Tutu? The correct answer is option C, Albert Lutuli. What is the most dangerous animal in Africa? Lion, elephant, crocodile, or hippopotamus? The correct answer is option D, hippopotamus. Which African country is the largest cocoa producer in the world? Ghana, Ivory Coast, Nigeria, or Cameroon? The correct answer is option B, Ivory Coast. Which African country does the flag below belong to? Egypt, Nigeria, Zimbabwe, or South Africa? The correct answer is option A, Egypt. Which African country has the most pyramids? Egypt, Sudan, Nigeria, or Libya? The correct answer is option B, Sudan. How many internationally recognized countries are there on the African continent? 45 countries, 50 countries, 54 countries, or 60 countries? The correct answer is option C, 54 countries. In which African country do the Pygmy peoples live, people of short stature? Kenya, Tanzania, Democratic Republic of the Congo, or Nigeria? The correct answer is option C, Democratic Republic of the Congo. Mansa Musa, one of the wealthiest people in history, was emperor of which empire? Roman Empire, Mongol Empire, Ottoman Empire, or Mali Empire? The correct answer is option D, Mali Empire. What is the longest river in Africa? Nile River, Congo River, Zambezi River, or Niger River? The correct answer is option A, Nile River. How many people live on the African continent? 500 million people, 2 billion people, 1.4 billion people, or 800 million people? The correct answer is option C, 1.4 billion people. Which is the largest country in Africa in terms of land area? Nigeria, Algeria, South Africa, or Democratic Republic of the Congo? The correct answer is option B, Algeria. Which African country was ruled by Muammar Gaddafi for over 40 years? Egypt, Algeria, Tunisia, or Libya? The correct answer is option D, Libya. In which country is the African Renaissance Monument located? South Africa, Botswana, Kenya, or Senegal? The correct answer is option D, Senegal. In which countries do the Maasai people live? Egypt and Sudan, Kenya and Tanzania, Ghana and Zimbabwe, or Nigeria and Chad? The correct answer is option B, Kenya and Tanzania. What was apartheid? A political movement, an African celebration, a system of racial segregation, or a human rights organization? The correct answer is option C, a system of racial segregation. Which South African leader became famous for fighting against apartheid? Desmond Tutu, Nelson Mandela, Thabo Mbeki, or Jacob Zuma? The correct answer is option B, Nelson Mandela. Which of the following four countries does not belong to the African continent? Egypt, Mongolia, Rwanda, or Algeria? The correct answer is option B, Mongolia. In which country is Lake Retba, also known as the Pink Lake, located? Uganda, Tanzania, Senegal, or Ethiopia? The correct answer is option C, Senegal. What is the largest lake in Africa? Lake Titicaca, Lake Victoria, Lake Baikal, or Lake Superior? The correct answer is option B, Lake Victoria. What is the name of the capital of Nigeria? Accra, Nairobi, Lagos, or Abuja? The correct answer is option D, Abuja. Kwame Nkrumah was the president of which African country? Nigeria, Kenya, Ghana, or South Africa? The correct answer is option C, Ghana. Which product produced in Egypt is known as white gold? Cotton, wheat, rice, or salt? The correct answer is option A, cotton. In which year did Nelson Mandela assume the presidency of South Africa? 1990, 1997, 1994, or 2001? The correct answer is option C, 1994. How many languages are spoken on the African continent? 500 languages, 1,000 languages, 1,500 languages, or more than 2,000 languages? The correct answer is option D, more than 2,000 languages. How many capitals does South Africa have? 1 capital, 2 capitals, 3 capitals, or 4 capitals? The correct answer is option C, 3 capitals. How many years did the period of colonization of Africa last? 200 years, 300 years, 400 years, or more than 500 years? The correct answer is option D, more than 500 years. Besides Liberia, which other African country was not colonized? South Africa, Ethiopia, Kenya, or Nigeria? The correct answer is option B, Ethiopia. Besides Cape Town and Bloemfontein, which other city is the capital of South Africa? Durban, Pretoria, Port Elizabeth, or Johannesburg? The correct answer is option B, Pretoria. Which sea separates the African continent from the Asian continent? Mediterranean Sea, Red Sea, Caribbean Sea, or Arabian Sea? The correct answer is option B, Red Sea. In Africa, wild animals roam freely everywhere, and lions walk the streets of cities. Is this statement true or false? The statement is false. Apartheid was a system of racial segregation that prevailed in Nigeria for 46 years, starting in 1948 and ending in 1994. Is this statement true or false? The statement is false. Apart from lions, elephants, and giraffes, Africa also hosts penguins. Is this statement true or false? The statement is true. How many countries in Africa do not have access to the sea? 15 countries, 20 countries, 5 countries, or 16 countries? The correct answer is option D, 16 countries. What is the largest desert in Africa? Sahara Desert, Gobi Desert, Kalahari Desert, or Arabian Desert? The correct answer is option A, Sahara Desert. Which is the newest country in Africa? Egypt, Ethiopia, South Sudan, or Mozambique? The correct answer is option C, South Sudan. What is the most spoken native language in Africa? French, Swahili, Arabic, or English? The correct answer is option B, Swahili. What is the tallest waterfall in Africa? Kalambo Falls, Congo Falls, Tugela Falls, or Victoria Falls? The correct answer is option C, Tugela Falls. What is the highest mountain in the African continent? Mount Kenya, Mount Baker, Mount Stanley, or Mount Kilimanjaro? The correct answer is option D, Mount Kilimanjaro. In which country is Mount Kilimanjaro located? Kenya, Tanzania, Uganda, or Zambia? The correct answer is option B, Tanzania. What is the first and only African country to host a FIFA World Cup? South Africa, Egypt, Nigeria, or Morocco? The correct answer is option A, South Africa. What is the name of the official currency used in Egypt? Egyptian dollar, Egyptian pound, Egyptian euro, or Egyptian dinar? The correct answer is option B, Egyptian pound. What is the second tallest mountain in Africa? Mount Elgon, Mount Kenya, Mount Baker, or Mount Meru? The correct answer is option B, Mount Kenya. What is the largest island in Africa? Madagascar Island, Mauritius Island, Zanzibar Island, or Reunion Island? The correct answer is option A, Madagascar Island. Which African country was formerly known as the Gold Coast? Senegal, Ghana, Nigeria, or South Africa? The correct answer is option B, Ghana. What is the name of the capital of Gabon? Bamako, Luanda, Libreville, or Abuja? The correct answer is option C, Libreville. In addition to Swahili, what is the other official language of Kenya? French, English, Arabic, or Portuguese? The correct answer is option B, English. What is the name of the nomadic people who live in the Sahara Desert? Berbers, Maasai, Tuaregs, or Zulus? The correct answer is option C, Tuaregs. What is the name of the Nigerian film industry? Nollywood, Bollywood, Hollywood, or Lollywood? The correct answer is option A, Nollywood. What is the name of the capital of Somalia? Nairobi, Mogadishu, Addis Ababa, or Dar es Salaam? The correct answer is option B, Mogadishu. What is the largest river in Africa that flows into the Indian Ocean? Nile River, Congo River, Zambezi River, or Limpopo River? The correct answer is option C, Zambezi River. Who was the first woman to be elected president of an African country? Brenda Fassie, Ellen Johnson, Joyce Banda, or Winnie Mandela? The correct answer is option B, Ellen Johnson. What is the most populous city in Africa? Lagos, Cairo, Alexandria, or Johannesburg? The correct answer is option A, Lagos. Which of the following birds is native to Africa? Penguin, parrot, ostrich, or falcon? The correct answer is option C, ostrich. In which decade did many African countries gain independence from colonial rule? 1910s, 1940s, 1960s, or 1980s? The correct answer is option C, 1960s. Who was the first pharaoh of Egypt? Cleopatra, Ramses II, Tutankhamun, or Menes? The correct answer is option D, Menes. In which country is the Okavango Delta located? South Africa, Botswana, Zambia, or Zimbabwe? The correct answer is option B, Botswana. To which country does the archipelago of Zanzibar belong? Kenya, Mozambique, Tanzania, or Madagascar? The correct answer is option C, Tanzania. What is the name of the Nigerian slum known as the Venice of Africa due to its water channels? Soweto, Kibera, Makoko, or Mathar? The correct answer is option C, Makoko. Which African country is the largest producer of coffee? Ethiopia, Rwanda, Somalia, or Uganda? The correct answer is option A, Ethiopia. South Africa, Nigeria, and Egypt are the three largest economies in the African continent. Is this statement true or false? The statement is true. Nelson Mandela was the first black president of South Africa and won the Nobel Peace Prize. Is this statement true or false? The statement is true. Africa is the only continent that is situated in all four hemispheres of the Earth: North, South, East, and West. Is this statement true or false? The statement is true. In which country are the Great Sphinx and the Pyramids of Giza located? Sudan, Egypt, Libya, or Ethiopia? The correct answer is option B, Egypt. Kigali is the capital of which African country? Rwanda, Uganda, Burundi, or Kenya? The correct answer is option A, Rwanda. Which famous river separates Zambia from Zimbabwe? Congo River, Nile River, Zambezi River, or Orange River? The correct answer is option C, Zambezi River. In which country is the city of Alexandria located? Algeria, Tunisia, Libya, or Egypt? The correct answer is option D, Egypt. Which African city is known as the Paris of Africa? Cairo, Luanda, Accra, or Giza? The correct answer is option B, Luanda. Which African country was formerly called Nyasaland? Malawi, Mozambique, Namibia, or Zambia? The correct answer is option A, Malawi. After Nigeria, which is the second most populous country in Africa? Egypt, Ethiopia, Democratic Republic of the Congo, or South Africa? The correct answer is option B, Ethiopia. In which country is Lake Assal located, the lowest point in the African continent? Ghana, Chad, Djibouti, or Morocco? The correct answer is option C, Djibouti. Which African country has the name meaning Land of Freedom? Libya, Ghana, Nigeria, or Liberia? The correct answer is option D, Liberia. What is the name of the Egyptian king whose tomb was discovered in the Valley of the Kings in 1922? Ramses II, Tutankhamun, Amenhotep IV, or Narmer? The correct answer is option B, Tutankhamun. What are the most predominant religions in the African continent? Judaism and Hinduism, Buddhism and Christianity, Islam and Christianity, or Hinduism and Islam? The correct answer is option C, Islam and Christianity. Which African country does the flag below belong to? Nigeria, Namibia, Zimbabwe, or Morocco? The correct answer is option A, Nigeria. Which African country is the second largest producer of diamonds in the world, behind only Russia? Angola, Democratic Republic of the Congo, South Africa, or Botswana? The correct answer is option D, Botswana. Which African political leader spent 27 years in prison? Robert Mugabe, Thabo Mbeki, Nelson Mandela, or Kwame Nkrumah? The correct answer is option C, Nelson Mandela. Why was Nelson Mandela imprisoned? For leading the anti-apartheid movement, for participating in a coup d'état, for inciting political violence, or for corruption? The correct answer is option A, for leading the anti-apartheid movement. Which sea separates the African continent from the European continent? Red Sea, Mediterranean Sea, Arabian Sea, or Black Sea? The correct answer is option B, Mediterranean Sea. In which region of Africa is the Sahara Desert located? Southern Africa, West Africa, North Africa, or East Africa? The correct answer is option C, North Africa. Which African country receives the most tourist visitors? Egypt, Nigeria, Morocco, or South Africa? The correct answer is option A, Egypt. What is the largest land animal in Africa? Giraffe, lion, elephant, or rhinoceros? The correct answer is option C, elephant. What is the name of the Zimbabwean president who was ousted in 2017 after 37 years in power? Robert Mugabe, Thabo Mbeki, Julius Malema, or Jacob Zuma? The correct answer is option A, Robert Mugabe. In which country is the city of Casablanca located? Tunisia, Egypt, Morocco, or Algeria? The correct answer is option C, Morocco. What is the name of the capital of Libya? Tripoli, Algiers, Harare, or Dakar? The correct answer is option A, Tripoli. What is the name of the second deepest lake in the world, located in Africa? Lake Victoria, Lake Tanganyika, Lake Nyasa, or Lake Turkana? The correct answer is option B, Lake Tanganyika. Which of these African countries has French as an official language? Kenya and Tanzania, Egypt and Libya, Nigeria and Ghana, or Senegal and Ivory Coast? The correct answer is option D, Senegal and Ivory Coast. In which country is the city of Timbuktu located? Egypt, Nigeria, Mali, or Ethiopia? The correct answer is option C, Mali. Which African country is known as the Land of Gold? Botswana, Ghana, Nigeria, or Egypt? The correct answer is option B, Ghana. What is the name of the Libyan leader who was ousted in 2011 after popular protests? Hosni Mubarak, Muammar Gaddafi, Bashar al-Assad, or Mohammed al-Menfi? The correct answer is option B, Muammar Gaddafi. South Africa is famous for its wildlife, and most visitors want to see the group of animals known as the Big Five, which includes the lion and the elephant. Is this statement true or false? The statement is true. Africa is the largest continent in the world, both in terms of land area and population. Is this statement true or false? The statement is false. All African countries are poor. Is this statement true or false? The statement is false. How many official languages are there in South Africa? 11 languages, 9 languages, 3 languages, or 12 languages? The correct answer is option D, 12 languages. What is the only country in Africa where Spanish is the official language? Angola, Mozambique, Equatorial Guinea, or Senegal? The correct answer is option C, Equatorial Guinea. Which African country is known as the Pearl of Africa? Tanzania, Uganda, Ethiopia, or Malawi? The correct answer is option B, Uganda. Which of the following dishes is originated from Africa? Couscous, sushi, taco, or carbonara? The correct answer is option A, couscous. Which country has the capital called Addis Ababa? Ghana, Egypt, Ethiopia, or Kenya? The correct answer is option C, Ethiopia. Which country is entirely surrounded by the territory of South Africa? Botswana, Swaziland, Lesotho, or Namibia? The correct answer is option C, Lesotho. What are the 4 countries that are part of the Horn of Africa? Nigeria, Chad, Sudan, and Ethiopia, Somalia, Djibouti, Eritrea, and Ethiopia, Kenya, Tanzania, Uganda, and Rwanda, or Mali, Burkina Faso, Niger, and Chad? The correct answer is option B, Somalia, Djibouti, Eritrea, and Ethiopia. Which ancient African civilization used hieroglyphic writing? Aksumite Empire, Kingdom of Congo, Kingdom of Kush, or Ancient Egypt? The correct answer is option D, Ancient Egypt. How many questions did you get right? Leave your answer in the comments, and don't forget to share the video with your friends and family. That's all for today, but there's still a lot more to come.